Right, hello and welcome to a trade of the day for the 5th of December. We're going to be going back to the end of last month for today's session. I tend to look at a lot of trades when I do these sessions. I want to keep this short and sweet. So we're going to give you an example trade that our clients took, as I say, towards the end of the month. What I want to focus on though is what the average person who's brand new to Trendsignal would look to target, what they'd look for, and then I want to teach you a little bit about how we teach you to push these further and get the most out of trades. As you progress through the course, you gain some confidence and you build up your calluses to sitting in these trades for a longer period of time. So for those of you who are brand new to Trendsignal, I'll give you a kind of a lightning rapid fire approach of how to identify these trades. The first one hopefully is fairly clear to you. It's why we call it the sniper strategy. You get these sniper discs, these sniper reticles that print themselves on the chart based on the algorithms that we've developed. And this tells you essentially that there is a turning point in the market. What we're not looking to do is predict the future. We're not Mystic Meg in a column. We want to find, that's a bit of a dated reference, that's aging me. But what we want to do is we want to find that the market is starting to move. We want to hop on while the going's good. We want to get to our destination and we want to hop off before the train, I don't know, runs out of fuel. I'm stretching the analogy, but hopefully you get the point. A few things we do for this. Sniper disc, it's telling you there's about 120 different indicators built into this, but the conglomeration of that is basically telling you that there is a strong entry point. There's a couple of other things we look for. I've just yeeted my charts. We look for a green to red change color in this. It's called the vector average line. And we look for a green to red change color down here. It's called the trend signal line. Essentially what this is doing is it's looking at momentum across different time frames and telling you, yes, okay, this is supported on the daily, but it's also supported on the lower levels as well. When you get that, it means that you're much likelier to get like a strong impulse in the markets. And I mean, in this case, you definitely do. You can see we've got a little bit of price climbing here. The buyer's struggling against the weekly sell trend. And then we absolutely collapse through the floor. And it's detected, and we know that's going to go further because the sellers have won so overwhelmingly. So what do? Well, if you're a brand new Trendsignal client, I'll be honest with you, you don't do too much. We try to keep this as simple as possible so you can get some wins under your belt, get some confidence, and move on from there. What you look to do is load up your TradeMate tool. Now, TradeMate's a tool that we use to give you recommended stop losses, take profits, and risk sizing. Risk is really important with this. You don't want to put your entire pot in at one go. We actually use quite a small risk. We use a 50th of our account, or 2%. So if you're trading on £1,000, it's about the average for a starter here at Trendsignal. 2% risk, it calculates your pip size for you. It's about 13p per pip. Now, if you're trading one instrument, you might say that sounds really, really small. The reason it's small is because we look at 37 different markets. So it's not the only trader we'll have live at once. And the idea, obviously, is that if we build up a lot of these trades, the average result of them is going to be quite nice. So what we do, we place this trade. And this is actually a particularly kind of fast example because the impulse and the other patterns built up, which I'll go through later, is so much stronger. Now, it actually passes through our initial target earlier in the day. There's a little bit of a snapback towards the medium. We open here, it retraces a bit, we hold our nerve, we wait to the next day, pushes down, and it closes on this candle here. You'll see, and it might be a bit unclear because of my cursor, there's a little wick that sticks out the bottom, the candlestick, the thin bit, that passes through that take profit line. So this is a trade. We'd have placed it this night. It would have started the next day. And during the day, the next day, the trade would have closed out. So this is not a trade you're holding for long at all. The average Trendsignal trade, by the way, is 3 to 5 days. So this is fast even for a Trendsignal trade because there's so many supporting factors with this. The thing is, because we know there's so many supporting factors, and this is something you can tell when you first go into the trade, you probably want to try to take this trade a little bit further. We teach flexibility as part of Trendsignal for two reasons, really. Number one, it maximizes your return, but also it's quite fun. It means you're going to stay interested in the course and learning more about trading. There's a few factors on here we can use to spot that first of all, so I'm going to go through them again quickly as well. You may have noticed these letters up the top here. We have charting pattern and we have weekly trend. Essentially, I like to compare this to swimming in a river. If you've got the stream going in the same direction as you, you're obviously going to be able to swim a lot faster and get a lot less tired. And the same is true for the way that the markets move. If it's fighting an uphill battle, you're not going to expect it to go quite as far unless something very, very drastic happens. In this case, we don't have the weekly trend in our favor. You can see this on the left here. We've got these green and red arrows to pop up, but it's also just displayed on the charts. And as you can see, I mean, over the last month, if we take it back, so from here to the start, it is a slight uptrend. I mean, in reality, it's not a very strong uptrend, but it is an uptrend nonetheless. It's kind of doing this kind of cut pattern here. But we got it with us, which means that we're expecting a bit more of a further move. We got the charting pattern. That's looking at different time frames and analyzing candlesticks and everything else to see if this is supported in ways that aren't just momentum based. All of these three indicators I've shown you so far, momentum based. We have a final one as well. It's a little bit more for the advanced users who are targeting these further trades. And we have this change color in the middle that we call the intermediate trend line. It cycles through blue to orange based on essentially who's winning, the buyers and sellers. As you can see, the sellers are having an absolute victory streak over the last couple of months. So what do we have? We have a sniper, we have a change color, we have a change color, we've got a charting pattern, we've got a weekly trend, we've got an intermediate trend. Basically, nearly everything on this chart is telling you that we're going to be selling this market. So a trend signal client would look to go for an extended target. This massively increases the distance you're looking for. It's based on the range of the market, essentially, over the last couple of months. Now, in the initial case, we're looking at 30 pips. With the extended target, we're looking for 226 pips. That sounds like it'd take a lot longer to get there, but actually it's pretty quick. So we place our trade here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And on the 6th day, we're out of this market. So a little bit longer than your average trend signal trade, but it makes a massive difference. The return on this, by the way, my mental math, hopefully it's about accurate. It's 150 pips stop loss versus 226 pips. We're using a 2% risk, which means you're looking about a 3.1% return on this particular trade. There's one more style of exit that we teach people. In this case, it didn't do as well, but I'll tell you it anyway, just for transparency's sake, really. These change colors, they also change back. And if they change back while you're in a trade, there's two of them, remember, that's telling you essentially that this is running out of steam and you need to hop off the train. Now, we already get a change color back here, okay, which is slightly after our actual first exit. It's about a day or two later. At which point you may be thinking, okay, this is starting to run out of steam, but the other one's still working with me. You hold it for a couple of more days. There is opportunity for more profit. Now, I'm not going to tell you that any trader of ours in particular timed the absolute bottom of this market. It's foolish to try so, but some people would have done that. It's just the nature of things. But if you'd have carried on holding that until you get the last change color, you'd have exited at the end of the day and you would have come out slightly worse. So there's a couple of different profit opportunities available here. If I go back to the start, we're looking at 30 pips. If you're going for the default extended targets based on what our system thinks is appropriate, you're looking at 226 pips or about 3% return. If you are the best trader in the world, I didn't achieve this, I'll be totally clear. It's 394.9 pips, which is, again, a fairly significant increase. The point of the program essentially is to get you winning these starters, get your confidence up, get the wins under your belt, know that you can do this and commit to this on a daily basis, and then over time we'll teach you how to do this. This is done through one-to-one workshops. There's also a support desk. I'm on there, Adrian, Emily, Joel. You're probably familiar with a few of us from our presentations. And we also provide one-to-one personal mentorship. So there is someone making sure that things are kicking along. We don't throw you in the deep end and hand you a manual and say good luck. We're going to guide you through the entire process. And it does take a little bit of time, but if you put the time in, the rewards can be absolutely fantastic. That's it from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to give us a call in. Just ask for Tom. But if you are interested in seeing us do this live, we host 2 sessions a week at the moment on the End of Day Trader. This one's called Trendsignal. It's focused on end of day trading. That's on a Tuesday and Thursday, and there should be a link to an upcoming session somewhere around this video. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Want to learn how to find profitable trades like this? Register for our free trading webinar and discover the strategies that turn you into a confident trader. Prefer a more hands-on approach? Schedule a one-to-one walkthrough with a senior trader. See our software in action and get those questions answered, and take control of your trading journey.